And it's just what pisses me off is the trad cons, like the people on the right, they're jumping on this hatred of AI. They're jumping on blaming AI. Now, when the left tries to blame guns, the right's like, oh, fuck you, you just want to ban guns so you can do X, Y, and Z. And they're right. But then when the left's like, oh my God, the AI they have driven these people crazy. Like, oh yeah, the AI is evil. It's actually demons. No, it isn't, you fucking idiots. This is no different than when the left tries to blame guns for the crime rate. It's not the guns and it's not the AI. These people are mentally ill schizos. And they're having
also...
Go ahead.
And I just wanted to say, it's also the left taking a different angle with it as well. Both parties are against AI. You want to know why? Because it gives men freedom away from their most powerful tool, which is women. Right?
Well,
the most powerful tool is keeping men under lock and key because of pussy. That's how.
It's more complicated. You're not wrong, but you're missing a big piece of the picture. So women have destroyed male spaces. So it used to be men had gentlemen's clubs, or they had lodges, and they had places they could go where they could be vulnerable together. They get drunk and cry together and that sort of thing. And all those spaces have been destroyed, infiltrated, or turned into, like, it must be gay. Like people who watch The Lord of the Rings, like that was written in like the boomer generation, like post World War II. And that sort of male companionship and brotherhood was common. And now people read Lord of the Rings, oh, Sam and Frodo were gay because men loving each other and carrying each other and that's gay. They must be sucking each other's dicks while they were running from those orcs or something. And they just cannot conceive of men having a deep brotherly friendship without sucking each other's dicks or having butt sex. And that's because feminism has created artificial demand for women by destroying male spaces and male companionship. So men feel completely emotionally isolated, and the only socially acceptable outlet for that emotional isolation is a woman. Because if you try to turn to your fellow man, it's gay. And that's completely modern. This is not something that just has always been. This is something that was inculcated in order to destroy male brotherhood and increase female value. Because women bring nothing to the table. And they increasingly bring even less to the table. And men keep adapting, demanding less. Like, I was watching these home math videos about these girls who are like 4s and 5s complaining about how ugly men are when they're like mid at best. But the thing is they're not fat. Like, we're a victim. We as men, we created this problem because we told women, just don't be fat. As long as you're not fat, that's all we care about. And so these women they're just not fat. That's it. That's the only thing they bring to the table. They're not fat. They have ugly, 4 out of 10 faces, but they're not fat. And so they think they're a 10. Simply because that's how bad it is. The ones who are simply not, like the mids who aren't fat, think they're 10s, and they complain about how ugly men are because men don't, like, as women get worse and shittier, men just lower their standards and accept whatever they're given. So, and I talked about this before, how, 100 years ago, men would not marry a woman who wasn't a virgin. And then that turned into they wouldn't marry a divorcee. And then that turned into they wouldn't marry a single mom. And now men are being shamed for not marrying a former sex worker or a former cam whore or a woman who currently does OnlyFans. Like, how dare you not wife up this OnlyFans model? You're a piece of shit. And there are guys who will be like, oh yeah, she fucked 1,000 guys on camera, but she's mine. I'm gonna wife up.
She comes home to me.
Yeah, she comes after she gets fucking filled with 1,000 cocks. She comes home and kisses me goodnight with the cum on her breath. And the thing is no matter how bad women become, men will just accept it and lower their standards. And women just get shittier and shittier and shittier every time men do this. And it's kind of our fault. We don't demand anything of women. So here's where AI and waifus come in. They create absolutely necessary competition. You have these fucking army of simps. There's a fucking army of simps validating these fucking twos. Telling these goddamn twos that they're so beautiful and slay queen and throwing money at them, and they're fucking twos. And they have these women they fuck 1,000 guys, and these guys are like lining up to put a ring on it. What the fuck are we supposed to do with these army of simps? And the problem is, no matter how shitty women become, these simps will always be there to worship them. So one of two things have to happen. Either we have to have a big war and we have to cull the simps, or we have to increase the population of women where there's competition, because there's the simps they either going to get killed, or there have to be so many women that the simps can find a woman without simping. Like, there's just so many women everywhere that just they don't have to worship the twos anymore. So waifus create that necessary competition. If we're not going to kill the simps, we need to increase the population of women. We do that artificially through waifus. If there are sex robots and AI companions and all kinds of, technology, so a guy now has a choice. Because right now, if you're a guy and you want female validation and you want your pee-pee touched, you don't really have very many options. You have fat, single mom, mentally ill, or has a penis. Those are your 4 options. Which one? Which way, Western man? Are you going to go fat, single mom, mentally ill, or has a penis? So guys are basically, okay, I'll take the fat one. I'll take the single mom. I'll take the mentally ill. I'll take the has a penis. We're adding a 5th category. We're adding AI robot. An AI robot as a 5th category, so guys aren't worshiping these fat single moms with mental illness and have penises. There's still going to be plenty of, like, if you're worried about humanity going extinct because guys are fucking robots, no. Here's what'll happen. When women get a taste of competition and they realize that just having a vagina isn't like they used to. When men actually demanded more of women, when men were the prize, women rose to the occasion. But as women became the prize and men started chasing women instead of women chasing men, women got shittier and men just followed them down the hole. And now we're circling the drain with these fucking fat, mentally ill mids demanding 6'5", 6 figures with a 6-pack and a 12-inch dick and all this bullshit. And meanwhile, no one's having kids and society's circling the drain. And you're like, oh, we got to ban sex dolls and anime. That'll get the guys back on the plantation. Hey, what are you going to do about the women who refuse to date anything but a 9 or a 10 and they're a fucking 2? What are you going to do about that? Mister, I'm going to ban anime and sex dolls. Oh, you're not going to do shit? Because, we can't do that because women are... So these people are part of the problem. The people who only want to attack sex dolls and anime and AI, and they want to take men's options away, because that's the problem. Men don't have any options. Women have all the options. So that's why there's so many fucking simps. Because the men have no options. And these fucking trad cucks keep trying to limit men's options, forcing them to chase these fat, single mom, mentally ill fucking trannies because they don't want them to have any options. They think that, like, if they don't have any options and they keep marrying up these fat sex workers, then magically society will heal itself. And you're attacking the wrong part of the equation. The problem is women have too many options and men don't have enough options. Now, what are we going to do to increase men's options? I have a solution. What's yours? Oh, you don't have one? Then shut the fuck up. You are part of the problem. You are creating this army of simps because they want their pee-pee touched. They want to have a family. And you are fucking it up. You are making them choose a fat 2 because she thinks she's a 10 because of all the fucking simps worshiping her fupa. Get him! Get him! it pisses me off. And these are guys who are these guys are so red-pilled when it comes to everything else. You talk about Building 7 and the USS Liberty. They're super red-pilled, but then you talk about women's rights and sex dolls and wife, they're like, oh, we gotta ban it all. Oh, we gotta force these men to marry up these fat single moms. That's the only way. We gotta make the white babies. And you're like, no, you are part of the problem. You goddamn piece of... It's like, these evangelical Christians who worship Israel, and like they just everything Israel does that's really legitimately fucked up, they just excuse it and sweep it under the rug because their version of Christianity makes them worship Jews. You know how, like, all you red-pilled right-wingers, you know how you are fucking disgusted by those people? How that visceral vomit in your mouth disgust you feel with these Jew-worshipping Christians? That's how I feel about you! Because you are part of the problem. You are worshiping feminists, and you are making life harder for men who actually want to find a good woman, because you can't find them anywhere because they have so many fucking options. And now the fucking twos think they're tens, and they won't settle for anything less. And they're fucking twos! But all these goddamn simps keep puffing them up, worshiping them, saying how beautiful they are, because they just want somebody to touch their penis. Somebody. And then you have guys fucking trannies who are dudes because they can't get any woman to touch their penis because of you!
Yes! Yes!
There we go. That felt cathartic. So that's my rant. So you can clip that and you can send that to everyone who doesn't understand my position on AI waifus. That is my position.